as always, Prince Harry back in the news. He wants the King to open the next Invictus Games, and his wife Meghan apparently is talking about coming back this summer. I hope not for good.
Prince Harry's passion for the Invictus Games runs deeper than just another charitable event. But amid ongoing family tensions and relentless public scrutiny, his need for visible support this summer feels more urgent than ever. Could this year's Games become a defining moment in how the royal family projects unity or exposes deeper divisions? With so much at stake emotionally and reputationally, Harry's search for backing isn't just about sport. It's about reclaiming his place on a global stage that represents purpose, resilience, and far more than medals. Harry's urgent need for support. Prince Harry's determination to secure backing for this summer's Invictus Games signals how much the event means to him on a personal level.
I never expected that we would be here in 2025. From one soldier to another, I also promise you this. So long as our brothers and sisters are striving to heal and grow, the Games will go on. And so long as the challenges around us demand it and require it, the Games will go on.
More than simply a veteran sports competition, the Games represent a cause he has championed since founding them in 2014. But recent reports suggest Harry feels a growing urgency to rally high-profile support, which speaks to deeper pressures he faces beyond the Games themselves. This isn't just about organizing a global sporting event. It's tied to Harry's desire to demonstrate his continued commitment to military personnel and veterans, despite challenges to his public image. Royal commentator Jenny Bond noted that Invictus is Harry's great cause and his greatest achievement, adding that he would love his father to be there to support him. At the heart of this urgency is the complex dynamic surrounding Harry's place within the royal family. The Invictus Games stand as a platform where he can step forward as a unifying figure, yet rumors of strained relationships with key family members have cast shadows over his efforts. The stakes for visible support are raised because this is not simply a personal passion project. It is an opportunity to prove his relevance and influence on international charity and veterans' welfare. The question that lingers is whether Harry will receive the backing he needs or find himself isolated in this endeavor. According to insiders, King Charles III reportedly faces a real dilemma, as publicly supporting Harry could risk deepening the rift with Prince William. Even with a compelling cause, the potential lack of unified support adds tension around the upcoming Games. Observers are closely watching how the royal family's involvement, or absence, will affect public perception and the overall success of the event. As the days grow closer, the situation invites speculation about whether Harry's call for solidarity will be met with enthusiasm or hesitation. This delicate balancing act sets the stage for a dramatic unfolding of alliances and loyalties. Family dynamics and royal relationships. The relationships between Prince Harry, Prince William, and King Charles III play a major role in shaping support for the Invictus Games. Following Harry and Meghan's decision to step back from royal duties and move abroad, tensions have remained high, making it difficult for the family to present a united front. These strained dynamics now directly influence how Harry's projects are perceived and supported. Prince William has followed a more traditional royal path, and speculation continues over whether he will publicly stand alongside Harry this summer. While there have been reports of possible reconciliation, lingering issues still limit close collaboration. King Charles III's position adds further complexity as his involvement carries symbolic weight. His presence at the Games could either signal healing or highlight unresolved divisions. William recently stated that the monarchy needs to change and adapt to stay relevant, reflecting his focus on shaping a future-oriented royal agenda that may differ from Harry's charitable role. This contrast reinforces the sense that the brothers are moving in different directions. Overall, this sensitive family context complicates Harry's efforts to gain broad royal endorsement. Media attention on any absence or limited participation feeds narratives of discord. Yet some insiders believe the Invictus Games could offer a rare opportunity for unity around a shared cause. Whether that happens remains uncertain, but personal relationships clearly shape how much visible support Harry can expect. As Harry navigates these complexities at the family and public levels, understanding the origins and significance of the Invictus Games reveals why this moment is so critical. The origins of Invictus Games. The Invictus Games were founded by Prince Harry in 2014 as an international sporting event for wounded, injured, or sick service members and veterans.
Prince Harry, remember when you told us to bring it at the Invictus Games?
Careful what you wish for.
Oh, really? Please.
Boom.
Inspired by the resilience of soldiers he encountered during his time in the British Army, Harry created the Games to celebrate recovery and strength through sport. Over the years, the event has grown to include participants from dozens of countries, becoming a global symbol of hope and rehabilitation for military communities. For Harry, the Games are deeply personal and closely tied to his identity as a veteran and public figure. After serving in Afghanistan, he used the platform to transform his experiences into advocacy, making Invictus his most significant contribution to veterans' welfare. The event represents both his commitment to service members and a lasting legacy beyond traditional royal roles. More broadly, the Invictus Games have helped raise awareness of the physical and mental challenges faced by veterans, placing the royal family within modern conversations about health, recovery, and resilience. As a result, support for the Games carries symbolic weight, reflecting not only on Harry, but on the monarchy's public image. With heightened attention on family dynamics, this year's Games may be especially meaningful in shaping how the event and Harry's role are perceived. With this understanding of what the Invictus Games represent, the focus now shifts to how the public and media perceive these unfolding dramas around Harry's quest for support. Public and media perception. Prince Harry's role in the Invictus Games continues to attract intense media attention, drawing both admiration and scrutiny. The public remains divided, with many praising his dedication to veterans, while others focus on controversies linked to his departure from royal duties. Media and social platforms often frame the Games not just as a sporting event, but as part of ongoing royal family drama, increasing pressure on Harry to prove the event's success. Royal expert Ingrid Seward noted that everything Harry does now is viewed through the lens of his split from the royal family, highlighting how personal narratives still shape public reaction. Coverage frequently compares Harry to Prince William, emphasizing their different paths and fueling speculation about Harry's relevance outside traditional royal roles. This contrast reinforces the idea that Harry is seeking to rebuild his public image. As one commentator observed, Invictus is no longer just about sport. It has become a symbol of Harry's personal redemption story.
Bring on Invictus Games Birmingham 2027. You guys have permission to party. Thank you.
Despite the skepticism, many supporters view the Games as a genuine platform for healing and empowerment. They hope the event will shift focus back to wounded veterans and the positive impact of sport. Considerable doubt remains, however, making Harry's position in the public eye both powerful and precarious. This complicated public and media landscape sets the scene for what an aligned royal family presence might mean, not only for the Games, but for healing deep-seated divisions. Potential impact of unified royal presence. A unified royal presence at the Invictus Games could become a strong symbol of reconciliation and shared purpose, reinforcing the event's message of resilience. When the family appears together to support Harry's cause, it may soften public criticism and highlight their collective commitment to service members. Such unity could help repair strained relationships in the public eye, showing that personal differences can be set aside for a greater cause. However, any notable absence or reluctance to show support may deepen perceptions of royal discord and affect how the Games are received. Critics could view limited involvement as a sign that Harry remains isolated, potentially undermining his influence. The roles of King Charles III and Prince William are especially significant in shaping this narrative.
The relationship with the King and Harry is at all times turning everything into a soap opera. And really, the Invictus Games, it's a distraction, this whole thing.
For Harry, the stakes go beyond attendance. A united front would strengthen his credibility and legacy as a champion for veterans, while division risks turning the event into another royal controversy. Ultimately, the Games will reveal whether the family can bridge gaps and present a moment of genuine solidarity. With the weight of so much riding on the Games, the world will soon see how these dynamics play out in real time when the event unfolds this summer. What to expect at this summer's Invictus Games? This summer's Invictus Games carry major significance, not only for the athletes but also for Prince Harry's public and personal journey. Taking place in Dusseldorf, Germany, the event will bring together wounded, injured, and sick service members from around the world to compete in adaptive sports. With global attention on Harry, the Games are expected to highlight both inspiring athletic achievements and ongoing royal family dynamics. Speculation continues over which royals may attend or show support, with any absence likely fueling narratives of division. For Harry, the Games represent more than sport. They offer a chance to reaffirm his commitment to veterans and reshape his public image. Beyond the royal focus, the heart of the event remains the athletes themselves. Their resilience and recovery stories will continue to define the spirit of Invictus, reminding audiences that the true purpose of the Games is healing, empowerment, and hope. Prince Harry's effort to rally support for the Invictus Games reflects a deeper need for connection and recognition within a complicated royal landscape. The upcoming Games will test not only athletic endurance but also family unity and public perception. Stay tuned to see how this pivotal event unfolds. If you found this insight helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on royal news and events.